Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Western video game developers are tanking. Why? Because they've embraced the woke agenda, and I say that not lightly. They genuinely have. They've been hiring Sweet Baby Inc. and other narrative consultants whose primary focus it is to diversify their games. Good times. But one of those games that has sort of fought against the tide, Black Myth Wukong, it has sold 10 million copies across all platforms in just 4 days. Do you know how much money that is? Over $600 million? It's made over $600 million in 4 days. Now, I don't know how much this game cost, but they're laughing all the way to the bank. If this is the average video game cost of about $100 to $200 million, which is about right to be fair, they've made $400 million in 4 days. That's wow. Guys, stop with the nonsense agenda. Just make good games. Just make good games. Why won't anyone ever learn? Like, why aren't they learning? You could have many Black Myth Wukongs. You are not owed our money. You're not deserving of our cash. If you want to make it for a tiny percentage of the populace, then expect a tiny percentage of the populace to pick up your game. Appeal to the broader market. 10 million copies. $600 million. It's pretty good, isn't it? And this is why Western video game developers are on their knees. Absolutely. Just the industry is at breaking point. It really is at breaking point. So let's take a look. Because I thought this was just brilliant. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I can believe it. That's the thing, right? But it says, Black Myth Wukong developer Game Science reports the game has sold 10 million copies across all platforms in just 4 days. So in a post to X, the developer wrote, Black Myth Wukong has sold 10 million copies across all platforms. Data as of 9 p.m. Beijing time, August 23rd, 2024. Thanks to all players worldwide for your support and love. Have a great gaming weekend. And again, what a nice interaction. Rather than weird community managers of games telling people to, well, banning them basically. Banning them because they don't want, they might want to do mods that remove woke nonsense or change genders and things like that. They're like, nah, ban you. This is just like, hey, we sold loads. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your games this weekend. Thanks. That's brilliant. Makes a change, doesn't it? From being lambasted just for being a normal individual. Christ. So it's no surprise that Black Myth Wukong had such astounding sales. The game broke the record on Steam for the most concurrent players for a single player game. And it currently sits in second for the most concurrent players of all time, with 2.4 million players. That's crazy. In fact, the game has broken its own record every single day it's been released. It initially set the record on its release date with 2.223 million concurrent players, and it broke that record 24 hours later with 2.358. And then in the last 24 hours, it broke that record with 2.415 million players. The game currently, at the time of this article being written, has 2.296 million players just jamming out on Steam. That's madness, isn't it? That's really, really good. That's great. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Peak. About 14,000. A DC property. Wow. What a difference, eh? So the game is also the best-selling new game on the PlayStation Store, beating out EA Sports, Madden, NFL 25, Valorant, 7 Ways to Die, Hunt, Showdown, Time Splitters. You know what's funny about this? In a really short period of time, Ubisoft is going to be releasing Star Wars Outlaws, and we can compare it direct to this. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait to see how it goes down. It's going to bomb. It's going to bomb. It's going to be very, very funny. So the game's currently the second best seller for all PlayStation 5 games in the US, behind Fortnite. That's quite something. As described by Game Science, Black Myth Wukong is an action RPG rooted in Chinese mythology. You shall set out as the destined one to venture into the challenges and marvels ahead to uncover the obscured truth behind the veil of a glorious legend from the past. The story is based on Journey to the West, one of the 4 great classical novels of Chinese literature. Alright. I mean, what else is there to say? It's just absolutely blown up. Absolutely blown up. But again, remember, ladies and gents, this is something most people could achieve. Right? Like, you just need to make good games. Just make good games. If you make good games, people will keep coming back to them. They will buy them and they'll make money. But people just don't want to spend money on crap. They're not interested. In fact, actually, I was wrong. Sorry. It did approximately 600 million in revenue in 3 days. That's madness. Or maybe they've got it wrong. Discussion film. I don't know. I commented on it. Follow me on Twitter at MrH Reviews. Oh no, I guess it is literally 3 days. Wow. The game is so good it shattered Elden Ring's all records within 2 days. Ronaldo of video games. Love how lately we've been getting quality games like Black Myth and Elden Ring. Yeah, only from certain developers though. Now we can finally feel represented. Yeah, that's literally me. I like that. Look at this. This is a great example. This is a great example of what Assassin's Creed Shadows. You know, they include this stupid fake samurai. And people are like, yeah, I can play the game now. You. And everyone else is like, yeah, I'm just going to play as a monkey. That's fine. Because you don't actually need to see yourself. And if you're trying to appeal to the people that are like, oh, I need to see myself represented, then you're not going to make any money. Because they don't buy stuff. And they're a small population. Look at it, it was great. All the comments are great. Game of the year. This is quite the plot twist. I didn't even see that much hype before it was out. Yeah, I guess that's word of mouth though as well, isn't it, really? Game journalist Big Mad. Yep. Yeah. Game journalists are not happy about this. They desperately wanted it to be a failure. And hilariously, and it is hilariously, Esports associate editor Tom Foley is now raging at Black Myth Wukong because it needs to have more diversity. Like, what are we doing? Are you joking? So he says the following in an article titled Black Myth Wukong's shameless lack of diversity is attracting the wrong type of fans. I don't think they give a shit. $600 million. They don't give a shit. That's the right type of fan. The fans with money. So Foley said on August 21st, Puberty's Instagram page shared news of Wukong breaking Steam's single-player record. And the comments are full of unsavoury replies from fans delighted the game isn't inclusive. Because it's not gay or woke, top comment reads. That's fair. Which at the time of writing has nearly 4,000 likes. So proud of this game that doesn't support any genders or sexual orientations, unlike the other games nowadays. That's perfectly fair comment. Like, people play games for escapism. I don't want life simulator. Life is shit. Like, life is shit. We don't want a life simulator. We want escapism. The common sentiment is that liberals are in tears, and it sounds like right-wing gamers couldn't be happier. Yeah, those are the ones with money, mate. Foley then unleashed his anger at Game Science, despite giving the game an 8 out of 10. He said it's fantastic. He says, after 40 plus hours, I've yet to encounter a single female character, aside from one inanimate mini-boss called the Mother of Stone. And no one can convince me that's a good thing. Oh well, no one cares what you think, mate, to be fair. Like, no one gives a shit. From there, he cites a highly skeptical study that claims 10% of all people live disordered LGBT lifestyles. This idea that 10% of all people live LGBT lifestyles was refuted by the American Life League, who notes the statistic originated from flawed research conducted by Alfred Kinsey in 1948. Wow. Good, I guess. Great. And that guy was like a pedo, so probably shouldn't quote a pedo, but alright. Anyway, Foley goes mental and says diverse games appeal to more players. Obviously they don't. Obviously they don't. Obviously they don't. From the money. Are you insane? Gaslighting 101, which can improve sales by helping developers tap into new markets. Diverse games feel more relatable to a broader audience. Again, I don't want Life Simulator, mate. And satisfy the community's growing demand for inclusivity in the industry. Diversity ain't going to pay your bills though, mate. Oh, let's be honest. Inclusivity is not going to pay your bills, so who cares? Genuinely, who cares? So he then claims that the game that features an anthropomorphic monkey as its main character is in reality a straight male. When a developer elects to only feature straight male characters, it's a fucking monkey, it sends a message that diversity isn't important, or worse, it's a bad thing. It isn't important, and demonstrably from a business perspective, it is a bad thing. Right? Because these people do diversity in spite of a good narrative to go along with it. Right? So yeah, it isn't important, and when it's implemented in that fashion, it is a bad thing. This rallies toxic community members who share the same opinion, encouraging passionate gamers to go for each other's throats. Oh no. Anyway, this is all lame. I'm not going to keep going with this, but it's absolutely hilarious. I thought you would enjoy all of this. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Cheers, take care. Bye-bye now.